I'm Owen Dowtrick. Welcome to our remote edition of We Are Weiser, Week 3. We hope you and your families are staying safe and enjoyed a wonderful spring break week. We will continue this every Monday for the remainder of the school year so you don't miss out on any updates. To keep up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Are Weiser TV Studio, or follow our Twitter at CWTV3. Stay strong, Weiser, and enjoy this week's videos.
Hi, it's Elise and Alex, and today we went on a hike. We're in Hamburg, a really cool place. It's so pretty. Alex is flying his drone. Get some really cool drone footage. Hey Weiser, it's Elise Cole. Last week, CWTV students reflected on what their favorite memory was from the school year. Enjoy this trip down memory lane.
Hi everyone, so today's video was supposed to be about the memories, like one of my favorites that I made in high school before this quarantine had shut everything down. And well, today actually we just got the news from Governor Tom Wolf that all Pennsylvania schools are going to be shut down for the rest of the school year. And instead of just sharing one thing, I thought I'd put in multiple pictures about some of my favorite memories from my senior year. I know this is very hard for everyone, but being a senior, it's literally heartbreaking. I don't know how else to put it. It's literally so heartbreaking because people that you grew up with, you know, some of your closest friends, all of those memories that you could be making is just all got taken away from you. Just thanks so much for the people who had sports and were looking forward to the last time walking on that field their senior year or their last prom. Everyone looks forward to graduation. We walked out of those classrooms that Friday out of the school, and we didn't even know it was going to be our last time ever, you know, our last lunch. The last time walking with your friends in those halls, the last time seeing your teachers. It's all literally so heartbreaking, and I guess this is me saying goodbye. Thank you to all my teachers who made my senior year my best year, and to my classmates. I will never ever forget you guys. And you'll always have a place in my heart. I'm never gonna forget any of you. And I guess that's it. It's all gone now. It's all over.
I wanna go back. Wake me up when you were sleeping next to me.
Bye guys. I'm gonna miss you so much.
Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Thank you for the happiest year of my life.
Coming off sophomore year where I didn't even place at counties to junior year where I placed 6th, I knew senior year I had to come back with a bang. First match at counties, I got upsetted in the first round. which means I had to wrestle all the way back to get third place. I made it all the way to the consolation semifinals and won to secure my ticket for the third place match. With a tough first round loss, I was satisfied in my performance in coming back and getting fourth place, with me being my last time wrestling in counties as a senior.
What's today's date?
13. My signature sucks. It's okay, I have another paper sign. Wait.
This punishment. All girls that be like this. Drop the bass, play the bass, and you like radio, so speed up, so slow. I like driving, bumping on the news. The man ain't asking like you.
This year's ski trip to Stowe was definitely one of my favorite memories from senior year, and I am glad I was able to experience this before we got quarantined. The trip was full of good times and memories made with good friends. At the end of the trip, we even stopped at Ben & Jerry's to see how they operate. My favorite moments of senior year probably would have to be football season, and if I had to pick one moment, it would be beating Fleetwood as revenge, or the teacher-student basketball game, because I've wanted to play in that since 9th grade. And it was fun to play with all the teachers, all my buddies.
My favorite memory from the 2019 to 2020 school year was when a few students from the CWTV club hopped on a bus and we went to the Philadelphia 76ers basketball game. It was tons of fun. It was my first basketball game I've ever been to, and we got a chance to look at behind the scenes of everything and go on the courts before the game started. And it was definitely a school trip that I'll never forget.
One of my favorite memories from this year is most definitely from our lacrosse season, even though it was cut short. Just like the practices leading up to it, the practices during the season. We only had one game, or a scrimmage rather, but just like the bus rides there, all the little stuff, just spending time with all your best friends and doing what you love. And you never really realize how much you love or like something until it's taken away from you. And even though I know I didn't take it for granted, I think all athletes around the world right now are really feeling this pain, or like a void rather, of just what they're missing. And I think it's really important to look back and look at the good times and just remember those good times and just remember to never take them for granted.
Hi, I'm Haley Gamble, and my favorite memory from this school year was definitely the home basketball game versus Are Weiser and Why I'm Missing. The whole game itself was pretty enjoyable. It was very intense, and we were neck and neck the whole time. We were tied a couple times, but that was not the most enjoyable part. The most memorable part was between our fan section, the Blue Wave, Weiser Savages, versus Why I'm Missing's fan section. Both sides were talking a lot of trash, mean words were said, causing a lot of teachers to get mad. But at the end of the day, we lost 40-64. It was a rough loss, pretty sad, but trust me, that did not stop there. As both teams were filing out of the gymnasium, as you can guess, talking trash was kind of the move. And then boom, out of nowhere, a fight breaks out. And next thing you know, cops show up. And so then everybody who wasn't involved just kind of fled the scene, except for the people who were involved, obviously. And those who fled the scene just kind of had to accept the fact that this was going to be a memory that they weren't going to forget in Are Weiser history.
Genuinely as excited about meeting us.
Did you know that?
I think it's hard to choose one single memory from this year so far, but one of the things that I've enjoyed the most is exploring my creative side through film and photography and being around my friends a lot more often. There's so much more I look forward to creating now that I know how to use After Effects and other programs, as well as going with my friends to create these videos and take pictures.
So, back in January, I made a big, terrible financial mistake. One of the first weeks in January, we drove down into Philly and I bought a Subaru WRX wagon. At 16, I probably shouldn't have spent $5,000 on a car, but it feels good knowing that I worked for it and I earned it with my money, and I've never regretted for a second buying that car because it is so much fun to drive, and let's just hope it doesn't blow up.
Yo, Clint, let's head out.
I don't have a favorite memory to share. Usually my favorite memory happened around this time during track, which is canceled. So I don't have one. But if I had to give one, I would say that coming into the school year as a senior with my senior friends, that was good.
Do you think cheerleading is a sport?
No.
No, because waving your arms in the air is not a sport.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, it's not. No.
Absolutely not.
For months, these girls come in and work to all achieve the same goal. They put in hours and do whatever it takes to do good, just like every other sport does.
Hard work, dedication, friends, time management,
Resilience.
teamwork, and commitment. See, cheering gives you the same benefits as any other team sport.
Leadership, discipline,
Passion,
Responsibility,
adversity,
Life-changing.
Leadership. Pride.
Never give up on something you can't go a day without.
From individual triumph to whole team success. Wins, losses, and how to deal with them. Demonstrating the importance of teamwork and the results of hard work. Why do sports matter?
Sports teach kids lessons they'll never learn in the classroom.
Kids learn success doesn't come at your doorstep. You have to earn it.
Sports give kids a feeling of unity, being on a team with one another. School sports matter.
I was sitting in English class one day and my teacher walked in and was like, hey, we're going to take a field trip to the Renaissance Fair. And I was thinking, oh, that's the place where people wear capes and stuff, right? And everyone was like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You should go. So I went. I met up with some of my friends in the other class and we had like a scavenger hunt thing to find things and take pictures of them. And we didn't have anything else to do, so we did that. We ended up getting a lot of bonus points though, so it was worth it. Some highlights included meeting the queen, eating turkey legs, and watching this like magician guy who had cute dogs and then he would spit fire, and it was really interesting. I learned a lot and I didn't think I would like it, but I ended up really liking it, and it was super like magical and stuff. And I'm really glad I ended up going in the end, and I made new friends, so overall it was a pretty awesome day.
Spring has sprung. We took advantage of this nice weather to get outside, enjoy the fresh air, while still social distancing, and creating some springtime montages.
One of my favorite poets is Rupi Kaur. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but she's very inspirational to me, so I'm just going to read one of her poems. "This is the recipe of life," said my mother, as she held me in her arms as I wept. "Think of those flowers you plant in the garden each year. They will teach you that people too must wilt, fall, root, rise in order to bloom." And I feel like that's just a poem that everybody should kind of think about once in a while, because before you rise, you do need to fall, and I don't know, I just feel like that's important.
Thank you so much for tuning in to We Are Weiser Remote Edition. Stay safe. Tune in next Monday for more news and videos.